Shoot!
Another curious vision.
All right, Sam. Let me give you a rundown of your new job. The big one. It's the same deal as America. The people here are isolated. The cities are cut off from one another. And so, to bring all of Australia into the chiral network, we want you to cross the continent and link up key locations using your Cupid. To begin with, you'll connect several facilities in sequence on your way to the closest city to here, West Fort Knott. Charlie will brief you on the order that will take you to the first facility.
Your first destination is home to what they're calling the government. They seek to establish a new administration to fill the void left by Australia's collapse. As the concept of formal governance is a distant memory to most, they opted for a simple name. These people are currently suffering from the effects of severe chiral contamination. But with UCA technology, they should be able to make a full recovery. The cargo you'll be entrusted with contains everything they need for their treatment. If we can deliver it and earn their trust, they should be amenable to joining the chiral network. Needless to say, it's their business to know the current lay of the land, and we would benefit from their support. We're already seeing anomalous chiralium readings throughout Australia. There's even a BT area not far from where we are now. A BB pod should allow you to use your Ultra deck to ascertain the location of BTs, but it's unclear if that pod will function correctly at this time. Proceed with the utmost caution.
Charlie may be our patron, but he likes to get his hands dirty whenever he can. He's been an excellent advisor to us as well. I say this to assure you that any instructions Charlie gives have been discussed with and approved by me. All right, let's get to it. Review the details of the main order on the delivery terminal.
Updating with new data supplied by drawbridge from outside chiral network coverage. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized.
Sam, this is Charlie. APAS has been analyzing your actions so far, and it seems it's added some new upgrades tailored to your preferred way of working. It's my understanding that additional servers are currently being installed on several beaches, which should result in a marked increase in APAS's processing power. Due to the timeless nature of the beach, the potential to boost APAS's capabilities is infinite. Its analysis will therefore grow more comprehensive as you complete more orders, meaning you can expect to experiment with them.
APAS enhancements are now available.
Somebody lend me a hand! Anybody out there? My name's Sam! Hey! I'm Sam!
Your deck's movements as you proceed. somewhere we can cross more easily?
Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
You're that bloke with drawbridge, aren't you? So you really came, eh? Cut straight through BT territory just to bring us out? That's quite a feat. Been waiting a long time for someone like... Let's see how well you were able to handle it. I'm glad to see you handled our delivery with care. Now that's service. I wasn't expecting you to make this delivery as well. Thanks, mate. Like everyone says, you're a man people can count on. Already put that decontamination unit to good use. The chiralium levels had really gotten out of hand, so you couldn't have come at a better time. Anyway, go ahead and connect it.
Now displaying your current order grade.
A chiral communications transmission. With this network at our disposal, we might be able to make our dream a reality. We want to build a world where even the weakest among us have a chance. A world where people come together to stand against those who embrace violence. Ever since the death stranding, this continent has been afflicted by terrible environmental changes. It was bad enough, but out of nowhere, the anomalies became a hell of a lot more dramatic. Skyrocketing levels of chiral contamination, those bloody watcher things coming out of the woodwork. Didn't realise it at the time, but the escalation of all this insanity coincided with the UCA's connection to the network and the appearance of the plate gate. The chiral network is causing instability beyond the reach of its coverage, which means the only way to fix it is to link up all of Australia. At least, that's what we here believe. To support your efforts, we've shared the data we have about the continent with your people, information about the brigands and so on. Use it to the best of your ability. We're not doing any better than the UCA or Mexico, I'm afraid. Only difference is the presence of armed belligerents we call brigands, as well as a new type of BT we've been seeing all over lately. The brigands have been trying to bring us to heel and they've got an irrational enmity for new tech like the They've also been seeing major earthquakes all over the continent, as well as devastating floods due to heavy time. You can have your work cut out for you while you're down under. That's for... Take the bowler gun. With our data, we were able to improve and refine the design of the... You can charge it now to fire projectiles with a narrower spread. Perfect for taking down hard-to-reach targets. And then, there's backpack... We've developed a number of unique attachments that can be equipped to the pack. Stuff I guarantee you might consider bringing this gear with you when you're prepping for your next... Oh, and last but not least, we patched through an Odradek update that allows its sensor to pick up living beings and other... It's an improvement that builds on the sensor's existing functionality. Anything it detects will be visible to you. I'm sure it'll come in handy. Due to our proximity to a BT area, this shelter was subject to significant chiral contamination. Said area has also been the source of a new type of BT. Unlike the usual sort, these ones are able to see us. Clear as day. As such, we've taken to calling the buggers Watchers. And they're every bit as dangerous as any other. You're gonna want to steer clear at all Before I forget, there's a request I wanted to send your way. I know you're eager to hit the road and make progress, but I promise you, this is more than worth the trouble. It's a delivery for the lone commander, who lives... He's an old ally, who provided us with support. He's also a crack shot with... But after this and that, we, went our separate ways. Can be a hard man to please, but if we could enlist his help again, I'm sure he'd provide us with data and schematics that might prove invaluable for your work. Especially if you're the type who likes to fight first and ask questions. Should help us all combat the brigands a damn sight more effectively in any case. I filed this request as a sub-order, so check the terminal if you're interested in taking on extra work.
That was excellent work, Sam. With the government now part of the Cairo network, we've successfully completed the first step in our journey to connect all of Australia. I want to thank you for making this possible. Well done. To extend network coverage as far as West Fort Knott, our next order of business will be to link up the Western Environmental Observatory. The associated order is ready for you. This one may well place you in considerable danger, so be sure to take extra care when selecting your equipment. Access the delivery terminal here to pick up this main order and get underway.
A new sub-order is now available for you. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. This cargo has been designated breakable.
Hello, Sam. This is Charlie. To aid you in your future orders, we prepared porter suits with camo patterns tailor-made for the Australian environment. We've also provided you with a new basic porter suit with customizable colors. Moving forward, I imagine you'll want to adjust your appearance based on the terrain and your personal preferences at the time. Try experimenting with your options.
time to take stock of your armaments?
Disengaging weapons restrictions.
Sam, I can perform reconnaissance for you if you like. After all, there's no telling what might be waiting for us ahead. Rising, Sam. We mustn't underestimate the potential risks here. Steady. Reconnaissance complete. Dollman reporting in.
Trouble nearby.
Here we go. Lift off! Let's catch up.
To confirm. You put on a clinic out there. Well done. You seem like a porter we can rely on. Go on, use your kit quickly now. I feel a lot.
Now displaying your current porter lead.
Online. This ought to do wonders for our ability to monitor chiralium levels by the plague gate. As well, more accurate data will definitely make travel safer for you and your... Ever since the plague gate appeared, we've been seeing increasingly dramatic anomalies all throughout the Australian continent. Some theorise that the UCA's connection to the chiral network destabilised all areas with our coverage. But what's done is done, though. Our best bet is to follow suit and connect Australia too. It may also serve you to know that there are 4 environmental observatories, including this one. If you can bring them all onto the network, we're confident we'll be able to calculate where and when the next plague gate will appear. Anyway, you should already have access to the data we designated for you.
Now, if we could only manage to get that old road patched up and usable. It once ran through this region. Saw quite a lot of traffic from what I... If you scrounged up enough materials to keep the autopaver fed, you could make it just like it was back at... But it's not like we have everything you need just lying around. Restoring roads is a massive undertaking.
Having said all that, east of this facility, you'll find the Smoke Hill mine.
Get them operational and processing ores again, and you should have...
I've posted a sub-order for this task, so take it on if you're interested. Well, there's our schematic for an MP shell variant grid. MP shells explode on impact, and are non-lethal munitions that can not only incapacitate humans, but also deal corrosive damage to mechs. And while they're not as effective as blood grenades, they can definitely hurt BTs. In any case, you might want to keep a few stashed in your grenade pouch. We've also shared data for a grenade. While it's only good for a few shots, this gun lets you fire MP shell grenades as its small profile means it packs easily as cargo and won't get in the way. Naturally, it'll fit snugly into any handgun holster. Our last contribution is, like other skeletons you may have used, it increases your maximum carrying capacity and movements. This particular model also provides, however, when you boost it to move faster, or whenever you benefit from its damage reduction, it'll consume battery power. So, if you find yourself running low while on the road, you'll need to use a generator, or borrow a private room somewhere. You ought to take one out for a spin.
We can't... Before you go, you've been getting a lot of... And in recognition of this, it seems you've been officially cleared to take on standard order. Between the harsh conditions and the violent outlaws, there are fewer and fewer folks who will... But there's no shortage of people who need help. So I encourage you to take a look if you're interested.
You can review the available requests by bringing up the list via your ring. You'll find a new sub-order too. We need someone to restore. Bet you could benefit from having it operational as well. Anyway, thanks again for going above. Best wishes and safe travels to you, my friend.
That's some good work, Sam. The DHP Magellan's parked not too far from you. You'll be able to pick up your next... But before that, you should head back to your room. I imagine you're both pretty tired.
Order complete. Well done. accepted. Order accepted. Thank you.
make deliveries at... That's good of you. I can tell at a glance that you took good care of our cargo. I want you to have this data. It'll help you in your work. We've designated more materials for your use. Data.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
This is a chiral anti-gravity device that can be attached to you. Slap it on and your cargo will... And the more of them you use, the more notice. Any porter ought to appreciate it, but I'm sure you'll be a bit...
Order completed. Well done.
Commencing route creation. Delivery route.
Okay.
Mine's up and running again. Time to inform the staff at the Western Environmental Observatory.
Please submit materials. Route creation. Delivery.
Thanks for the help. This one's for you. Okay, just a bit further.
Your order.
Glad you could make it all the way out, Sam. Did a little restoration. We'd already written this off as lost. I have a feeling this data will be of use to you. Take it, please. We're increasing your allocation of...
Now displaying your current porter grade.
When operational, the mines can provide us with a steady supply of natural, and with raw materials like that at your disposal, you'd have an easier... It's a good reason to restore any other mines you have. Oh yeah, north of here are some much bigger mines even. Used to be you could find active mines scattered all because of the gold rushes, you know. From what I understand, the rail network was pretty extensive before the Death Stranding, and unmanned trains filled to the brim with precious minerals ran day and night. I should mention that we're actually developing a new system that's something of a successor to the old railways. If you head north, you can see it for yourself. I've shared data with you for an electric shock absorber you can attach to your back. While equipped, it'll reduce the damage you suffer when struck. Even better, it'll also harness some of the juice to recharge. Goes without saying, that could... Be sure to give it a try some.
Order completed. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Commencing route creation. Delivery. Commencing route creation. Delivery route finalized. Disengaging weapons restrictions. Security measures lifted. Weapons detected. Be advised that usage is restricted inside facility grounds.
Access the delivery terminal to process your orders and requests.
Wasn't expect. Most folks would have had buck betting it was the government that... Don't see anything to worry me here. You took it. Where on earth did you find this? I was sure it was gone for good.
Now displaying your current order grade.
But I'm afraid I can't agree to becoming a part of it. To be frank, I don't trust you. There's also no end to the dank, and if you haven't got what it takes to face... Complete my latest order, though. And I might, if it strikes you as an unreasonable request, you may as well go. There's no shame in recognizing when you're at it. You gotta know what you can and can't handle if you want to survive out here. All of which is to say you shouldn't go off half-cocked and throw your lot. Are we clear?
cares then? Are you injured, Sam? Like you have what was requested. All that remains now is to drop it off.
enjoyed that. You actually managed to bring it. I'm genuinely surprised. Good on you. Couldn't have... You are no average porter, mate. That much. I suppose I ought to hold up mine. Get out your cube.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
So this is what it's like being all hooked up and wired in. At any rate, looks like the schematics for my trusty shoot. The form is a custom design of mine. Uses tranquilizer darts. Makes a hell of a bang when fired though. Just a shame our paths couldn't have crossed. Maybe this world of ours wouldn't have been so divided. And maybe my mates wouldn't have had... My sniper rifle. It's configured to fire tranquil, an ideal choice for those who prefer to get the job done with it. Bit of advice though. Make sure you engage your enemies at a... It's not a silenced weapon. So fire too close and they'll be all over you. And don't think about taking a shot until you plant. Any sniper worth their salt stays mobile, constantly securing new vantage points to evade the... And always remember to account for bullet drop when shooting at... In a nutshell, you might need to aim at a point a notch or two above your target. And finally, you want to hold your breath to... Having left that life behind, I've no need for guns any longer, but that doesn't mean... It may sound like a bit of a yarn, but my friends and I supported the government's plans to rebuild Australia. To defend ourselves against those who had other ideas, we had no choice but to take up arms. It ended up costing most of us our lives. All because of me. The commander. You've seen what became of them. My mates are the Watchers scattered all over this hill. Mixed in with all the enemies we slaughtered. And for what? Deep down, we were all the same. Blokes who called this land our home. Was it worth all the struggle? All the bloodshed? For the world we shared to be reduced to this? So, I left the military behind. I had to figure things out. Were we all just doomed to die and become Watchers? Before it all went to hell, we should have tried. And now, with your chiral network, that might finally be working with the gut for all that and more. Hey now, don't knock them to it. Granted, you can't neutralize it, but they are effective at blinding them and giving you cover. And even if they do open fire, you'll find that their chances of actually hitting, which means that even if you've alerted them with one of your own shots, you'll have no trouble. Properly utilized, they're a great tool for disrupting enemy attacks and buying your room. Furthermore, if you happen to have a sensor or something similar on hand, you can use it to making things pretty one-sided. It's like shooting or if you're the kind of bloke who'd rather get up close and personal, you can chuck one at their feet, waltz right up to them unseen. Turn a firefight into... I assure you, once you've learned how to use these little beauties to their full potential, you'll have... Experiment. Righto, Sam. I know you got places to be, but an order just came in the... Seems our friends over at the government shelter might be... If you're willing to look into it, you can review the details by checking this. Might be a good occasion to fabricate a sniper rifle with the data I just shared. Anyway, think it over, would you? Give yourself a pat on the back, mate.
creation. Delivery route.
A word of warning, Sam. That sniper rifle doesn't appear to be equipped with a suppressor, meaning it will make considerable noise when fired. Take care not to attract the enemy's attention. How'd I do, Sam? Nice catch. Well done, Sam. That's the last of the cargo. Let's head to our destination and make the delivery. Just like that, Sam.
This cargo, we'd given up all hope of ever seeing. I'd say it's about time I gave you this. We've designated more materials for your use.
Now displaying your current porter grade.
Got our hands on those and it's all with this tech, we should have no trouble whatsoever monitoring and tracking their movements from here. Also, something tells me you've earned the Lone Commander's respect. Call it a hunch, giving you more imposing aura. I reckon the Golden Fist and the Island Inventor will be keen to meet with you. You're damn right I do. His skills as a soldier and leader were second to none. A marksman like you wouldn't believe. And not just with a rifle either. He once captured an enemy outpost with nothing but his cut. If he can find a way to gain his trust, I'm sure he'll have something about. But the poor bloke still holds himself responsible for the death of his comrades. Wrongly. The way I see it, if he couldn't save them. Strange sort of fella, if I'm being honest. He set up shop on an island he never leaves, so he could devote him. And if you head north from here, past West Fort Knot, you'll come across a lonely island just off the... As for this, research, I've only met him once myself. And I couldn't make head nor tail of whatever the hell it was he was trying to pick. But perhaps you'll have better luck than me if you decide to pay him it. He's a combat specialist who used to be stationed, which was a settlement located to the north of West Fort Knot. Anyway, he was a champion boxer, so he excels at close-range engagements. One time, when he heard a group of trigger-happy arseholes were getting ready to attack Cape Fort Knot, he went out alone and took the lot of them down with his bare hands. I'm honestly not sure how he's getting on these days. But if you could bring him into the chiral network, you would gain the support of a powerful ally. With your help, we were able to improve the design of the spare ammo container and create a version with a much bigger... That's not an overstatement. It'll let you carry a lot more ammunition. That way, you don't have to bring so many weapons and can rely on just a few... That sounds good to you?
Order completed. Well done.
Thanks for looking at me.
Remember to rest, Sam.
I don't know about you, but I'm exhausted. Perhaps we could take a break?
Okay.
all right? You were talking in your sleep. Kept repeating the name Amelie.
Sam, Tarman here. I'd like to brief you on this next order of yours. Once you're ready to head out, access the delivery terminal on the DHV Magellan to proceed.
It's okay. It's all right.
So, the files say you worked with Amelie to connect everyone in the UCA to the chiral network. But that despite your best efforts, an extinction event known as the Last Stranding seemed destined to kill us all. Until Amelie found a way to put a stop to it. She single-handedly sealed off the extinction entity's beach, preventing countless BTs from invading our world, and in doing so, saved humanity. But why am I telling you this? You were there to witness it all with your own two eyes. And you, of all people, must know that humanity can never truly escape extinction. The ultimate goal of Drawbridge's mission is to overcome the Death Stranding. If we succeed, we will be fulfilling Amelie's dying wish. At least that's how I see it. So in order to survey an area, I have to rely on a very special power. My strength of will, you might say. The requisite focus can be rather exhausting, but I'm happy to grin and bear it since it's for your sake. So, if you deem it necessary, feel free to send me airborne as many times as you like. It won't use up any battery or chiral crystals either. All it requires is that I place my absolute faith in you. Which I do, so don't hesitate to ask for help. Woo-hoo-hoo! Looking clean as a whistle. The weapons they were wielding were impressive, and the brigands themselves were a tough, imposing bunch. You know, Sam, you can have me scout ahead if it would make your life easier. Just toss me into the middle of their camp, and I can give you a better picture of what to expect. It's not very sophisticated, but it works. Just promise you won't throw me anywhere weird. When the first APAC expedition came to Australia, the brigands saw them as invaders and rejected their overtures. They were unwilling to embrace the change that the chiral network could bring to their world. While their motives differ, I'm reminded of the Luddite movement and their violent opposition to new technologies. Brigands seem committed to not killing their enemies, at least. If only they had channeled their energies into a constructive dialogue with us. Ah, yes. Those wandering BTs we encountered, I believe people call them Watchers. A fitting name given their behavior. The way they seem to be eyeing us with such disconcerting intensity. Oof. They can't see everything, though. No, they've definitely got some blind spots. Meaning, you might be able to avoid combat by evading detection and sneaking past unnoticed.